My first car was a 7-year-old 1972 MG Midget. I thought its little retro body was beautiful. It was a round rear wheel arch car with chrome bumpers and wire wheels. It was a convertible. I was 16 years old, and my dad went with me to look at the car, which I found advertised in a local paper in my hometown, Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, I'm a Southern boy, raised in South Georgia, USA, and currently living up north in North Carolina, two of the states y'all love to make fun of. That's okay. I'm still a fan, even with Top Gear's relentless bashing of America, especially my beloved southern region. The Midget was unique. The badge below the doors read Widget with a W, as the previous owner had flipped the M in Midget, spelling Widget. I thought it was pretty clever, and I left it that way. Nice wordplay, I thought. Widget meaning a small mechanical device. She was coffee with a lot of cream colored and was one of the safest cars in America. Safest, I say? Yeah, that's because it didn't run half the time I owned it, keeping one more 16-year-old off the road, due to lack of funds and an expensive major transmission overhaul, among other things. Good engine, though. Never had a problem getting it started, and it ran well, but definitely not a fast car. That, along with terrible brakes and soft suspension from a car company that ran ads reading, MG Safety Fast. Now that's some good British humor. I learned a lot about cars that year because I spent many hours getting greasy, losing blood, a fingernail, long story, and learning important life skills about sewing, repairing the ripped convertible top, and how to balance SU carbs. Seeing flames shoot out of an intake is good fun to a 16-year-old. Everybody should own an old British sports car once. It makes you appreciate the relative reliability of just about anything else on the road. I learned things like really bizarre remedies for leaky shocks from the local foreign car parts store. I used STP, the engine treatment thick as cold honey, in the lever shocks to keep them firm. The car was a throwback to another era with lever shocks, some kind of brake failure light button switch thing on the dash. As if brake failure was something expected to happen regularly, so British Leyland put a switch front and center on the dash. I think it was just there to fill an empty space, and it really wasn't connected to anything to do with brakes, but it glowed red, and when you pushed it, it was amusing. Remember being 16? I can go on and on about windshield washer nozzles you could turn and aim sideways, allowing me to spray pedestrians as I drove by, and how I had a tall friend that could sit inside the car, and with the door closed, he could touch the ground. Well, all's well that ends well. I bought the car for $1,250 and sold it about a year later for $2,250 to another local sucker, a collector of British cars. I got back pretty much what I put into it because it was unique, blood, sweat, and tears excluded. I went German next, but with a Ford badge, 1976 Ford Capri. Never went British again, but I do have very fond memories of that little MG Widget.